PGA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From Bandon Dunes on the central coast of Oregon, it's live final round coverage of the regular season finale, the Oregon Championship. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner. As you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon, our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
This has really been fun to watch. The evolution, the growth of an outstanding young player. And Noda now with a chance to win 2 in a row on the Korn Ferry Tour. What have you seen as you've watched the last couple of tournaments?
Well, winning in consecutive weeks is about as common as seeing a $2 bill, which is you don't see it very often. And in this particular case, can the confidence garnered from that first win carry on to a second?
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Yeah, and it's a pretty makeable one. Little bit of break from left to right, really not a lot.
That's a bit offline, and it'll leave a good 4 feet coming back. Well done. That is in for a par here at the first. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. The second hole, a par 3 measuring 220 yards. In theory, it's a straightforward, the long par 3. 2 bunkers left and short shouldn't be in play, but the hole does play deceivingly uphill, so a solid strike is a must. Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. Just want to maneuver this one close, down the slope for birdie. Nope. That finished off for par here with the second. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. We head to the third now, our first par 5 at 563 yards. Bunkers appear to be scattered on either side of the fairway, so accuracy is a must. This green is definitely reachable in two, but it does run nearly 50 yards from front to back, so if your approach isn't on target, you could be left with a putt of better than 100 feet. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. That is just a beautiful shot. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the third. And he moves to 21 under par. Up next, we come to the par 4 fourth hole, which measures out at 443 yards. Beware that the rough is thick if you miss here, but a well-placed drive rewards you with our first real look at the Pacific, as you'll see that big expanse of blue and start to hear the crashing waves below.
It's been good driving so far. That ball bounces into the rough, so just the first fairway miss today. Well, it was either too much for breakfast or a little too much club, and that's going to leave a very tough downhill next one.
We turn to Nota Begay the third for this look at birdie.
And this has just got a little bit of turn in it, but you got to be careful not to overread it.
Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 fifth. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key, because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony. And a great result in the fairway.
Great drive straight down the fairway here, and the second shot is just over 90 yards.
Should be able to spin this if he wants. 96 yards left for his second.
And more evidence why the Korn Ferry Tour is such a great breeding ground. The iron play like that is good enough for any PGA Tour event.
This only about 5 feet for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. That means he'll get it to 22 under par. We continue our turn northward along the bluffs as we come to the par 3 6th. It's another stout one at 217 yards. Most golfers will be happy to play toward the right center part of this large green and stay away from the trouble, including the cliff on the left. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Safely in for par here at the 6th. And he'll stay at 22 under. We make our turn away from the ocean now and head to the par 4 7. At 411 yards, it offers a nice wide fairway to sort of bomb away into. That will likely leave an uphill approach for the second, the green that is one of the more difficult on the course. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Wasn't right down the middle, but it wasn't bad at all. Coming at this second shot from the right side of the fairway.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Now this for birdie.
And this really is all about visualization. You've got to see the line in your head, pick out a spot, maybe a foot, foot and a half in front of you, and aim for that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain right where he is. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one, similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers and, in theory, leave just a little pitch on for their second. That ball going to roll out a little too much as the momentum carries it all the way into the bunker. After a big drive, he'll dig in for a second out of the sand. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. This will be a 14-foot putt here. got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay right where he is. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9th topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certainly not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee. And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
And that'll do just fine. This would be a good way to finish off the front side. Yep, that's nicely done. It's a birdie here at the 9th. That's going to be a 3 under 33 on this front side. We begin the back 9 here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green. Oh no, lost that one dead right, knew it immediately.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though. This is why so many players today favour distance. Good tee shot down there, nice and close to the green. Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for a birdie.
Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. And he's closing in on what would be a 5th victory of the year. On to the 11th now, a par 4 at 452 yards. Best to keep it down the middle or to the right off the tee. That leads to an uphill second where you'll most likely have to take it right over that bunker that guards the front right portion of the green. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Kane cut back left here today as he stares down his second to the par 4.
Well, no surprise. We've already seen some great iron shots this week, but that is another one.
Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. Oh, how about the run here? That a third consecutive birdie. And the lead is now into double digits. It's an insurmountable 10-shot advantage. On to the par 3 12th hole. This is the number 18 handicap hole, so maybe that gives you a little reason for optimism. But par is not a bad score here as this measures out at 238 yards, the longest of the 4 par 3s. Okay, that one's dancing. Now this for another birdie. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. That one safely in. It's par here at 12. And pars will be no problem from here on out, as this will remain a full 10-shot lead. We come now to the 13th, a 553-yard par 5. This hole reachable in 2. You may need to get lucky, though, on your drive, as rolling dunes could leave you with an uphill flyer lie or a tough downhill shot to contend with. That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. Now from 200 yards on the dot, this a second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there, and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Sitting in the catbird seat right now after 2 perfect golf shots. Now this for an eagle. Oh, yeah. I mean, some days you just can't miss, and this is one of those days. What a putt there as he'll walk away with an eagle. On to a tough one now, the par 4 14th listed at 390 yards. Pot bunkers are the worry here. There are 5 of them to contend with all told, and none are easy outs. The green is an narrow one as well, with a good amount of tilt from back to front.
Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
A good break got him here, now his second to the par 4. And that, a little beyond the hole, but a good shot. Chance now for another birdie. A good opportunity lost there. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. On now to the final par 3 on the course, the 15th, listed at 206 yards. Don't be lulled to sleep by the sound of crashing waves and seagulls. This hole can bite you, especially if you don't avoid that front right bunker, the deepest on the course. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Still work to do to get this on the green. This is second.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. He'll remain at 27 under. This is one of the signature holes here at Bandon Dunes, the par 4 16. Some golfers play for the upper fairway, which gives you a bit of an angle to the green. Others, they stay down low, which is maybe a little safer. A third option is just to try and carry it over everything, but beware the pot bunkers and the gorse if you choose option C. And that one gonna wind up in the bunker. Not an ideal result there. Hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be. Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll remain right where he is. Feast or famine here on this par 4 17th at 405 yards. There are no good misses off the tee. Left has pot bunkers and thick gorse. Right with a long bunker and the side of a canyon to contend with. Best to just put one right down the middle, but that's easy for me to say. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Getting set for a second shot here at 17. Let's see if he can finish with a good one. This ball in the rough, but a pretty good line. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. That one finished off for bogey here at 17. But fortunately, this one still well in hand. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole to take you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in two. Yes, step one out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot could just about seal it.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Now this for another birdie.
And this is a putt pros practice for hours, slightly uphill and dead straight.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, so that will wind up a par at the last. And that's going to make this a final round, 66. Whoo, Frank, they were a freight train out here this week, running away with the title. It wasn't even a contest.
No, really, they're all playing for second, and we could see why, too. They just wouldn't put a foot wrong. It was a great performance.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Notah Begay III, known as Steven, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.